Okay, I have the light on the lowest setting possible so I don't get too Shane Dawson-eyed right now. You know what I'm talking about. But if it was just the room lighting, it would look awful. So we're gonna try this, okay? A few things. One, I'm gonna be reading off a script, and the script is down there because I'm a professional. So if my eyes go every which way, one, I'm bad with eye contact, so there's that. Two, the script. Theater taught me nothing. I apologize. Oh, I look a mess. All this is a mess. None of this is well thought out. But last time I tried to record this, it didn't look good. It still doesn't, but it looks slight improvement, and I'll take whatever I can get. If I postpone this any longer, it won't be uploaded. So here we are. Anyway, besides all that, it's 2020. Somehow. Because of that, I feel the need to make a video just kind of describing what I'm gonna do to this channel, because New Year's resolutions and stuff, even they're not really resolutions, just like, it's a new year, I feel like I should do something. You know, try to improve myself a little bit. Though I wasn't active a lot in 2019, you know, it still marked the start. In case you already haven't noticed, the main purpose of this channel is to provide episodes of Off the Table, a D&D campaign that a few friends and I run. So it's still gonna be that. Off the Table will be receiving a reboot of sorts. It doesn't really need it, but if I look at anything of mine that's like even a week old, I cry and then I go, okay, let's redo that. So in 2019, all of the episodes that you saw were all recorded in one session, and starting from now, you know, 2020, we recorded a session on January 1st, and we have a mic and stuff, and it's like actually kind of like set up and like kind of functioning now, and we kind of know what we're doing. 2020 will be hopefully a lot better. One, there's a mic. It might not be, you know, like crazy level quality, and we're not like some high budget production, but there's something there, you know? Two, we might have some background music. Again, it won't become some high budget production overnight, but we're slowly we're improving. We're getting there. I see 2019 as kind of the year that we threw the show into the spotlight and kind of see how it went, you know? So enough of my rambling. If you weren't there for the 2019 episodes, they're still uploaded. You can go watch them. But if you don't feel like watching like 4 hours of footage, I really don't blame you. So I'm going to be doing a summary of all the episodes and stuff that happened previous of those episodes that were mentioned in the first episode. It's fine. You'll get a summary right here, okay? And then you can hop back onto the train during 2020. I will be leaving a few things out because if I described everything, this would be an hour long. So if you do want to get the itsy bitsy little details that might come back up and you're like, then maybe go watch the episodes. But I should be covering the key points. So you should be good. This is when I'm gonna start reading a lot, so I apologize if my eyes go like this a lot. Anyways, at the very, very, very beginning of the campaign, there were 3 characters. We had Finn, Laussel, and Claudia. The story began at a circus in which a gnome named Julian decided to pick 3 misfits of the crowd, that being our characters. He picked our characters for a magic trick in which he would make us disappear, and through this trick, we were all sent through a trap door in which we found a pit of overworked performers and abused animals. Together, we decided that, hey, this kind of messed up. Let's maybe not keep this here, so we decided to free the animals. Through Claudia breaking a bunch of locks with her hammer, jeez. And it worked, we freed them, but it led to animals scattering about the town, where citizens could see. After Finn described the monstrosity of a circus going on here, Julian was then arrested. And we met Judy, a tiefling officer. She'll be important later on. Also, I feel like I should mention this whole time Claudia had on a disguise of sorts, in which whenever she was running with the animals, it all kind of came undone. But the party was chill with it, so like, we good though. While down behind the scenes of the circus, aka in that weird pit thing, we met one of the backstage people, I guess, and he gave us a coupon for a nearby establishment called Star Drinks. Fantasy Starbucks! Anyways, after all the animals were free, we all decided to go to this establishment in which we found tea and coffee, cats, owls, and dogs. It was something, but it was fun. After this odd encounter, the 3 individuals decided, hey, let's work together, and they worked on commission for the city they were currently in, under Judy. I told you she'd be important. I love her. Through Judy, the three of them went on plenty of assignments. One of them involved the transportation of a drug to a nearby city, in which Laussel and Claudia got distracted, ended up in a tavern. There was like this drugged up alcoholic guy, might have tried to punch Claudia. His fist ended up in her hair. Laussel got stabbed. In summary, don't leave two bards alone. Yeah, all in all, a shit show. Because what do you expect when you leave two bards alone? However, after some more assignments, Judy sent the three of them on another assignment in which they had to transport some animals out of the city since, you know, ever since that circus, the city quickly realized, oh, we kind of ain't built to keep elephants and jaguars everywhere. So, like, can you take them to a neighboring city place? We don't want them. So she asked the three of them to help a druid friend of hers escort the animals out of the city, which is how we met Calypsa, baby! I keep walking off screen, I'm sorry. I just like, if I panic, I'm just like, bye. After some quite awkward and fearful introductions, the four of them soon decided, hey, you want to work on commission some more? Because why not? After some more assignments for the four of them, Judy had one final assignment for them. I miss you, Judy. The trade of a nearby city had suddenly stopped with no reason. Judy had asked the four of them to go to that city and find out what's going on, and then mail the mayor the reason. Easy enough. However, as arriving to the city, they soon realized it's not gonna be that easy. Smoke filled the air, and streets were filled with glass, shards, blood. It looked fucked. And due to this, it was pretty clear as to why the trade had stopped. They looked around and saw this symbol carved into the wall rather jaggedly, and then this symbol a lot cleaner, which Claudia took note of quite well, and when asked about it, she just said, listen, this ain't safe. Let's go wherever those vandals aren't. So they did. Taking her warning, the party decides to go to the other side of town, and they soon hear footsteps running towards them. Fear. But it ends up just being a little goblin girl. She drops a bunch of flowers, we help her pick them back up, and Finn is quick to ask, hey what? They speak a little bit in goblin, and the girl soon quickly runs off with a purpose. And of course, we're all curious, so we follow her. Following the girl into the shelter, they soon find that they aren't alone in this place. In this barricaded little tavern of sorts, it was clear that the people inside were preparing for something, but there didn't seem to be a sign of a struggle. The young girl soon comes back with a man named Darnell, and he's pretty fucking serious. Every question and statement made is direct. He needs to know. He seems very distrusting of the party. He's quick to note that the city had recently been attacked, and it's hard to know who to trust, so he needed to know if he could trust them. Through this conversation, he asks for everyone's names, they introduce themselves, and then he gets to Claudia, in which he says he already knows her. More on that later. Through Darnell, we find out that the goblin girl's name is Cecily, and she's here with her father currently. Her father was attacked by a woman, leaving a really lethal scar, and Darnell was there to help. Finn and Darnell decided to work together to try and heal the scar, while Claudia, Laussel, and Calypsa all worked together to keep Cecily distracted by doing her hair. Though a struggle, they soon managed to heal the wound, and Cecily was free to see her father again. However, the scene brought upon a introduction to how healing magic works in this world. Healing magic works as expected. It heals a wound, and someone is able to get back up and back into the fight. However, too many healing spells can result in someone losing their humanity. What once was filled with pain, you feel nothing at all. To the point where it can soon stop making you feel nothing physically and mentally. Moving on, Darnell thanks the party for helping him in healing the wound and keeping Cecily distracted. The party is then welcome to ask any questions. Now, before questions, this is just what we've noticed based off observation while talking to him. So first off, we noticed that his hands were blue whenever he took off his glove, and his hands always seem moist. Might be a fish person. And Finn, while talking, managed to pick up that there had been little peaks in his voice that suggested that he's using a voice changer. Yeah, we're very trusting of this dude. However, we asked some more questions and we got this. He worships the Raven Queen, he's been disowned, and he is currently 23 years old. And finally, just based off what Finn and Laussel had noticed, he had been looking back at Claudia a lot. Like a lot. Like, oh my god, like why? Like, please look away. So Finn decided to ask about it at the end by kind of being like, hey, I noticed you were looking at one of my comrades. And then Darnell pulls Finn aside. Yeah, I trust that. I trust that. During this interaction, Darnell clicked something in his mask and it deactivated his voice changer. Fear. His real voice has an accent similar to one of a Russian accent and similar to one that Claudia has. Through this interaction, we find out that Darnell knows Claudia. We don't know how, but he claims to know her personally somehow. At the end of the conversation, Darnell gives Finn a Ring of Far speech saying if Claudia, if 4 is ever in danger, contact him through this. He then puts the voice changer back on, returns to the party, notifies them that he will be mailing the mayor as to why the trade has stopped, and they go on their way. This city was close to Finn's hometown, so as you imagine, Finn was pretty goddamn worried. So we decided to head on over to celebrate the Hallows Eve festival. While traveling to Finn's hometown, an owl plunges from the sky with a letter tied to its leg. Laussel takes it, quickly notices that it's addressed to Finn, apologizes, and hands it over. It's essentially a letter from Finn's younger brother, Edward, I think it is? Edward. Essentially, it's saying that he has been testing something out with his owl named Nutmeg, in which she can track people based off scent. Somehow. And he's hoping that Finn will be back for the Hallows Eve festival. Note that Finn hasn't seen her family in years. I think about 2, I think it was? Yeah, sure. 3? 2. Something. After getting that letter, Finn is much more at ease, especially considering what happened at the last town. So they continue on their way. Night hits and Calypsa is left out for night watch. However, it doesn't go very smoothly. She sees something in the forest. It's not very clear though, so she lights a torch and heads in the way of the creature, in which inspecting it, she sees it's this shadow thing with one eye. She kind of experiments with it, sees that some leaves go through it and some don't. What the hell is this thing? However, it soon emits an ear-piercing scream. Multiple screams screaming together at once, together in a really high-pitched noise, until Calypsa's ears soon. Feeling her eardrums become moist and blood drip down from her ears, her eardrums burst and Calypsa goes deaf. After this, we all roll initiative. Being awoken to the sound of screams, the party is quick to try and get up and find out what the fuck this sound is. Finn is the first one up and quickly leaving the tent and going towards these creatures, in which her ears go as well. Finn sees that there are 2 of these creatures notably. Claudia is the third one up and out, in which he's quick to wrap some traveler's clothes around her ears so that she doesn't, go deaf. Laussel stays behind, however, because, I mean, who the hell wants to willingly interact with a screaming shadow demon thing? The shadows then do something. They shift into Finn's parents, bloodied and bruised. Finn is obviously in shock. However, Calypsa takes this moment to try and aim at one of the parents' heads. I think it was the mom. It was the mom. She shoots the mom in the head, in which it fades away. And it's seen that this is probably the most effective way in defeating these things. However, Finn has a harder time, of course, seeing the face of her dad right in front of her. She readies a spell, however, she looks away while trying to shoot it, hesitates, and the creature dodges it. Because of this, the creature manages to duplicate the spell and shoots a modified fireball into Finn's face. Ooh, yeah, she took some damage from that. After this, the creature disappears, and Claudia is quick to rush over with her cloths and everything and to try and tend to their wounded ears. Laussel is quick to follow behind, preparing water, silk, anything she can, and mothers the hell out of them. She debates using a healing spell, but remember that warning from earlier, baby? Don't! The party then heads back to campgrounds. Calypsa somehow manages to go to sleep, but everyone else is rather shaken and unable to, especially Finn. Morning comes and Finn is practically running to her hometown at this point. We soon manage to arrive, Finn knowing the streets like the back of her hand, leading us around the town. While walking, we soon hear a sudden scream to stop and meet one of Finn's siblings, specifically her younger sister Iris. Finn has a rather large family. Iris soon drags us all to the manor in which her family lives, and we meet this ragtag bunch. After meeting them, we all have dinner. We meet Finn's mom, dad, tiefling twin siblings, Kenku, who else? The brother that sent the letter, all but one sibling, Finn's younger brother by 1 year, Toby. They all have dinner, practically fighting to get a dumpling on their plates, in which Calypsa tells the story of what happened the night prior. Finn's Kenku sibling is really into this story. However, Finn's dad, Ivan, his face just kind of drops. And after dinner, he pulls Finn and Calypsa aside to talk. While this is going on, Laussel and Claudia help out with the twin tiefling siblings in the garden. Because why not? He pulls them aside, soon asking for details, soon noting that he is familiar with these creatures. They're known as screamer shadows to him. Asking how many eyes it has and finding it only had one, he's quick to point out that it was one of the lesser ones. Helena, what the fuck? Ivan soon pulls Finn in for a hug, obviously knowing that an encounter with one of these things should not be taken lightly. Afterwards, the party is led to their bedrooms, Finn obviously knowing where hers is, and they all head to bed. And that was 2019. Again, I left out a lot of details if you want to go see the little conversations and whatnot that go on while we play D&D. You can go watch the episodes, they're up, they're there, they're ready, have fun. But if you don't feel like watching through all that, I don't blame you, and you just want to tune in for when we have higher quality stuff, there's your little summary, and we'll be picking off with the Hallows Eve Festival. And before I end this, I want to just be a little bit cheesy. I got it. So, I know before 2020, I had only posted like 4 episodes, but these 4 episodes have gotten such amazing feedback. It's just so amazing how many people have been giving such wonderful support. I didn't even expect like 3 people to be watching, and those 3 people being us, you know? Like, the fact that we have an actual audience kind of right now, even if you don't think a 12-person audience is all that big, it's big to me. But seriously, thank you guys so much for being so welcoming into this community. I know we're just starting out and we're still kind of a mess with all this. Such a warm welcome makes us determined to continue on with this show. So, as said earlier, we will be picking up with the Hallows Eve Festival with hopefully much higher quality episodes. All I will say, get ready, because shit's gonna go down.